Hey, yo, hello, YouTube. It's your host, BiggestRayRay, and we're doing another Friday night, late night live stream because why not? Why not? We're having fun. We're living life. And it's, you know what? I like it. So, Night Owls Unite. We're coming back at it with another live stream. It's been a while since I've got online to do one of these, and it's fun. I enjoy it. I've missed it. After the 50 days of the self quarantine live stream, I tell you, that was quite a lot. But I'm glad to jump online and say hi to everybody. So it's been another crazy week for me. I mean, what week isn't crazy? I'm always super busy, and I mean that's fun. I like to be busy. I don't like to have a lot of idle time. But I was talking to my best friend Mike earlier today. He's like, "Dude, we should do a live stream." And I was like, "Mike, we should do a live stream." And so here it is. So without further ado, I'm going to shut up and bring on my buddy Mike, and we're just going to have a fun late night conversation and just see how everybody's doing. Mike, I hope you're ready, buddy. Hey, yo.
What's up?
Good.
Sup. All right. Can you hear me just fine?
Like a champion, Mike.
All right. Because I got the fan blowing against me again. Again, yeah.
Hey, it was fine when we recorded the podcast last night. So I don't even hear it at all now, dude.
Yeah.
So I think it's because that bushy beard you got going on there. It's like
it's coming
protecting
back.
the microphone. Yeah, I'm worried about my fan right above my head now that I accidentally shaved off part of my beard the other day.
Can feel it.
Oh god, dude, the first time I took a shower after that was so weird. So weird. Yeah. It's like, my face feels the water.
I shaved it all down probably maybe a week and a half ago or so, I think. And and I shave it. I don't shave it with a razor like a shaver. I get the clippers and I get them no guard and I crank that thing back where it's real thin and I just took it all off. And it felt good to just have a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? And but you're right though. You get that wind. Right after that, we had a little cold snap for late spring cold snap, and I went outside. I was like, oh,
but everything. It's like because it's been I think 5 years since my chin has been exposed to the elements.
Yeah.
And had I not goobered with my new beard trimmer, it'd probably been at least another 5 years.
Well, this is kind of the length I usually keep it in the range of for most of the time.
Right.
Most of the year. So I usually when it comes to September, October, I start growing it out again and let's see what happens until December. And man, I think you've seen it. It can get gnarly. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally get it, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks saying hi, so I just want to say hi back. It's kind of fun being on here with Big Ray, and yeah, get your hey out.
It's hey. So hey Sky Dreamer, how you doing? Hey Laura and Raven plays and Karma plays. Ooh, that totally rhymed. I like that. So hey to everybody that's on right now. Let's see who else we have in the comments. I think that's all the comments we have so far. So hey to everybody else that's here. Hey to you, Mike. Chicken's being he doesn't know what to do without a beer here because he always goes after a beer when I have one. And silly chicken, he's got some problems, Mike.
I think it's the other guy over there. As
I admittedly have plenty of problems. I'm okay with that. I have fun with my life. So problems I have don't hurt anybody.
So I was actually thinking I had 2 beers earlier. So I got done with my regular job about 3:00 today. And so I celebrated with a beer. And then I had another one later when I was just hanging out. That's about the time you and I talked on the phone.
Right.
And so I was like, man, I should probably wait because I'm going to probably have some tomorrow and Sunday, Sunday fun day.
Sure.
And this is Memorial Day weekend, right?
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, we don't have any fantastic plans or anything, but, I'll probably have a few beers over the weekend, right? So I just thought, man, maybe we should just chill out tonight and have a good time nonetheless. I don't need a liquid to have fun.
Oh, I'm with you. I don't either. I have fun, incredibly sober, and I'm good with that. But I had a beer earlier, So I told you I was going to get a catfish dinner tonight from Billy
Yeah.
Ray's Barbecue, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. So free plug for those guys. But dude, that blonde ale I got from the
Okay.
Ska Brewing out of Durango, Colorado, paired fantastic with my catfish, fried okra, and barbecue baked beans, man. Woo.
BBQ. Awesome.
Oh my gosh, man! So we're going to talk about it on the podcast whenever we review that beer. Like, hey, what food are we going to pair with that? I'm going to be like some southern fried catfish.
Hey, Fox Queen has a new handle over here. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I saw that. Where'd it go? Boom, Karma Plays. So she got a new handle. So that's super cool. Nothing wrong with that. So and I think I wonder if she named her channel after my kitty cat, also named Karma.
I'm hoping so. Or she's
I think that would be
just a cool name, right?
that'd be pretty cool. Check this out, dude. Michigan here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, Michigan lockdown extended until June. Grr. That's rough.
Here in Kentucky, so it's not. We've never had. I don't know what a lockdown officially would be, because they've had different things going on, but I don't think like bars can't open until July at the earliest. Even then, it'll be with social distancing, and then there's a lot of restaurants that can open right now, but at like 20% capacity or something like that. So
Right.
we may technically be out of lockdown, but it's not a return to normal, so to speak. So
in Oklahoma right now, we're on phase 2 of our reopening plan. And for the first time, the entire state, the numbers have begun to trend down, which is a positive. But we go back into a full openness, normalcy, starting June 1st. Like everything is, our bars are already open with social distancing measures. Restaurants are back open. There's just a handful of things that have yet to open. So yeah, we're almost back to being full-fledged rednecks here.
yeah, and I want to say hats off. I think a lot of these states did a really good job as for flattening the curve and making sure that things did do what they were supposed to. Because I was reading something from a nurse on Facebook. I think it was. I don't know if it's on Facebook or Reddit. I get on Reddit a lot.
Right.
But basically, they were saying, listen, just because the economy is reopening and all that doesn't mean the coronavirus is going away. It just means they now have room for you in the emergency room.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of flattening the curve. I know that's kind of it's not a good thing. She's trying to make a point, but the fact that we flatten the curve to that point that we can start to reopen means that a lot of these governments did a good job, attacking this the way it should be tackled. So,
right.
Yeah. So, and hey, kudos. And I think that here in Kentucky, we have a really good governor that handled it real well. Andy Bashir did a really great job, and I think he's going to do some fantastic things going forward. But I think that also solidifies the fact that the leadership of somebody like that. So and like you said, Oklahoma's trending really well too. So I mean, some of these places, did it the right way and did it the way it should be. And I hope that if one life was saved, it was worth it.
Right.
I was very fortunate in the fact that I still was employed. I did not lose my job. So I think that
true that.
Get back to somewhere where these people have gainful employment and all that, then it's all worth it. To save some lives. So.
Right.
Yeah. So I know somebody said their governor didn't do a good. It's like not my governor, not our governor. I wonder who that. Where's Laura at? Do you know?
Yeah, Michigan.
Michigan. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. So a lot of big
Michigan. Yeah.
So the only thing I know about Michigan really is what I see on the news, and that's where a lot of the protesters are going out with their rifles and whatnot, getting in standoffs with police and storming, Capitol buildings and whatnot. And I don't talk a lot about it here. Like, I'm definitely a gun guy. I'm pro 2A. We have a family-friendly channel. I leave it off here. But it's like, you know what? There's sometimes just STFU, stay home, and just don't be dumb. And in my opinion, yes, we have rights. Don't abuse it like that. It's like, please, for the love of God, don't abuse our right to protest, our right to give our voice, especially when we're supposed to be social distancing. It's like, dude, you got like multiple levels of dumbass just stacking up here. And I have no problem saying that. It's like, come at me, bro. If somebody wants to say something, I'll go toe to toe. I'll give you my opinion. I'm not trying to look for a fight or anything, because I'm a big teddy bear, but I have no problem speaking out against that. If people want to hate me for it, that's fine. Hate me. That's my stance.
People are taking this crazy. I mean, it was in Oklahoma that somebody got shot over McDonald's, right?
Oh my, yeah, Oklahoma City, dude. Somebody got mad at two teenagers took a bullet because somebody was pissed off that they were wearing a mask or they couldn't do what they wanted to.
Yeah,
Mike, it's McEffing Donald's, bro.
Yeah,
or I think it was even a woman was the one behind the trigger on that. It's like, calm down. No one needs a double cheeseburger that bad.
Well, no. Here's the problem is these, and I am also a gun owner, but just because you have a gun doesn't mean your rights extend any more than anybody else's.
Exactly.
And you don't have a right to a cheeseburger from McDonald's. That's not a right.
It's not a right. It's a privilege.
Yeah, and if they want to tell you to go away because you can't comply with that, that's, I don't know. I hope this lady burns. And that's all I'll say. I hope she gets what's coming to her, because that's beyond stupid. That's just anyway. It really made me sad to see that. And then the same thing with all these people that are protesting with guns and stuff, saying, haircuts and going to restaurants. I'm like, how incredibly stupid are you?
Yeah, it's super selfish, in my opinion. That is like, these are supposed to be people that are trying to stand up for other people's rights. And it's like, dude, you are trampling all over that in the worst possible way. Because you want a haircut and a cheeseburger. It's like, piss off, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I have no love for that, dude.
And I know
none.
No, absolutely. I know you and I talked about it. It is hard. We were talking about with this was Jean-Luc. Like you're used to going to these places and seeing these people. There's Jean-Luc. Hey,
what's up, buddy?
We're used to going to these places and hanging out with these people, and then a couple of weeks in, you're like, okay. But now it's going on like, months, and it's hard. It is hard, and I get it. I find it hard. I was just talking to my wife the other day, just talking to my wife like earlier about how, like you and I have talked a little bit more with this live stream you've got going on with your, the COVID-19 live stream. And I've tried to run some ideas that I've got about life stuff with you and all that. And I told her how fortunate I was, because I do miss going to the local brewery and hanging out and seeing people and all that. And I've got a little bit of a connection with some people that I can really reach out to, but man, it's tough, and I get it. But you know what? There's no point have I been mad to say I should pull a gun out.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nothing.
Yeah, not a thing.
And I got really mad at somebody the other day. And at no point did that cross my mind.
Right. I'm with you 100%, man. I'm sure it was something I said to that got you triggered, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. So, but I got to give a couple other shout outs here real quick. Yeah. I saw where he goes. A buddy of mine lives in New York. Keith, what's up, buddy? Hey, Keith. Thank you for tuning in. Glad you're doing all right, man. Always happy to see you, my friend. Let's see here. I saw a couple of others. I got to find them. So Jean-Luc's a great guy. He showed up on one of my live streams a few weeks ago. Also was a guest on the Craft Beer Bucket List podcast with Mike and I just last night. So hey to you, buddy. Thanks again for being here. Hey, our friend Mary Max is here. So hello, Mary Max. Glad to see you again. Thanks for tuning in. And I think I got them all. And if I said hi to you already, Raven, I'm sorry. If I did, you got hey twice. So
you just got double
hey from BiggestRayRay.
Double hey from BiggestRayRay.
Wow. See, those problems I talked about, Mike, they're coming out right now. We keep it real. We keep it real here. That's what we do.
Can I shift gears a little bit?
Yeah, let's shift gears. So we talked about the COVID stuff a lot. Let's get on a happy topic, Mike.
So and I'm moving, right? And I'm leaving Kentucky. I made it Facebook official just yesterday, right? So You know, the one of the most stressful things I've encountered in life is starting something completely from scratch, starting over, and that's what I kind of feel like I'm doing now. Is so
Yeah.
especially in the last week. So like we started like once we knew we were kind of going to be moving, we started selling like big furniture and all that, right? And we're kind of through that phase. But now it's packing up stuff and really sorting through things that you're like, man, I've held on to this for like 10 years. Do I need it? Um,
Oh, right.
and normally, you know, we'd have a yard sale. Can't do that. Go donate it. Can't do that. So really, it's a matter of like, I'm either going to keep this or throw it away. And I've
Yeah.
tried to find certain people that I can connect um, to say, hey, would you be interested in taking this or whatnot? And I've gotten lucky enough that I've had some friends that are like, oh yeah, you know, I'd like to have that, but so much of it is so stressful thinking about why am I so attached to this stuff,
Yeah.
right? And then just it's hard anyway. So it's been a tough day for me, and you can't really sell like all this is gone. I don't know if
Yeah.
people
Oh, I
remember.
noticed that. I noticed that right
Um,
away. Yeah.
so we've got a lot of stuff packed up and all that, but man, I tell you what, it's been stressful and just I'm ready to be done with it, and I know I've got another month to go.
So, Mike, I have some guru level wisdom for you here, buddy. And I could sum it all up in 2 words. 2 words. Are you ready? I'm glad you're sitting down.
Yeah,
Curb alert.
curb alert.
Curb alert.
Yeah,
Give it away, bro. Somebody will take it and make it their special treasure because they got it from your curb.
yeah. Now we haven't had that yet.
Now, I don't know.
What we will soon.
Yeah. Dude, I've given so much stuff away. It's like this is not worth the time or effort to Facebook Marketplace it or Craigslist or the flea market. It's like, dude, I'll just put it on the curb. I'm going to handwrite the word free on a piece of paper from my printer, tape it on there, and it mostly works. I had a couple of box spring mattresses that never got taken, and then it rained, and that sucked. But whatever.
Nobody wanted you using box springs. Imagine
I
that.
thought, hey, somebody, because you don't actually lay down on the box spring. There's a nice mattress in between, though. That maybe somebody would need these.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah. So no, Laura's talking about donating it to charity, and that's a challenge when a lot of the like Goodwill and other places are still closed.
Yeah,
They're
none of them
slowly
are-
reopening in Tulsa,
none
but a
them
lot
are
of places it's still a complete no go.
Yeah.
Like for any charity, I've got a lot of stuff for my charity, Glocks for the Homeless. It's still in my garage. I acquired it right before I went to New York on my last trip, and then I came back and boom, everything shut down. So I've got stacks and stacks of clothes that are going to go to a facility to give to homeless people, but
Yeah.
I can't donate it yet. I've got two, charities in Tulsa that I work with. When I get things that are donated to my charity that I don't use or distribute, well, I take them to another place that can. So it sucks because I've got a lot of clothes that can absolutely go to the right people, but I don't feel comfortable handing out just clothes to random folks. I mean, it's not safe right now because of COVID, but the people that I would give it to, I just can't.
Yeah.
So
That's
I know one
true.
day that'll go away, obviously, but it's tough, and I'm in a different boat. I'm not moving, so it's more of a challenge for you right now.
You know, and I'm not a collector of anything, so I don't like collect stuff, right?
Right.
But I am pretty sentimental. So I've got like across from here, you can't see it, but I've got like my great grandpa Kelly's chair that he used to sit on, and it's old as dirt. He's had it recovered a couple of times. Over here, I've got a large framed photo of the Last Supper that's set in my grandma's dining room since I was a baby.
Right.
So I've got certain things that are very sentimental, but I have to sort through them. I'm like, I can't keep everything. Can't do it. So,
All right. So bye, Karma Place. Have a good night. Be safe.
adios.
So, and what's his and Sky Dreamer? Look at this. But isn't stress part of regular life, even when this thing is not going on? Oh, absolutely. Like I know I've got a high stress job, and so it just says I'm always stressed out to some level. It's not am I going to be stressed today? It's how much.
Yeah.
Am I going to be stressed? And the more you deal with that, obviously, the easier it gets. You learn to not let things bother you. But hell, I'm always stressed out to some degree. It's like just some days it comes out, in weird ways. Like hey bangs his head against the camera when I'm stressed out. Is bad puppeteer.
I think and people handle stress different ways. I think I've taken some of those the leadership courses and all that, and I think that not saying I do or don't handle stress better or worse than anybody else, but one thing about my personality that it's good and bad. Like I don't get too super stoked or passionate about anything, right?
Right.
Like at no point will I be like, oh hell yeah. I just don't do it. It's not me. But I also don't get too sunk down into the valleys either.
Right.
So you'll never find me getting so stressed or to the point of depression or and nothing. Not trying to paint light of any of this, but most people they're up and
Peaks and
down,
valleys.
and
Yeah.
mine is more like this.
Right.
So my peaks aren't as high, my valleys aren't as low, and that's it's a personality thing. But I think that may allow me to handle stress a little bit differently than some folks. And but I take what the thing I miss the most.
What's that?
Is being able to go to the gym.
Yeah. Dude, that's been tough. I just started going back in December. I trained gyms, got a personal trainer, was going with some friends and really got into a groove with that. I look forward to it and then just done. I haven't even been motivated to exercise at the house. It's just I let it get to me in a bad way. But I thought it'd only be like 2 weeks. Okay, whatever. I'll take a break for a couple of weeks. I get it. And then it turned into 2.5 months. And I've probably gained everything back that I lost. And not that I've been overeating or anything really. It's just I stopped exercising.
Well, I don't even exercise with anybody while I'm there because I'm all solo. But what happened is my kids would get on the bus at 6:55. So I'd be at the gym by 7:05, and I'd have up until 9 o'clock. So almost 2 hours of nothing. My mind could do whatever it wanted. I'd have a podcast in my ear, working out, doing whatever I want. And that's the part that I miss the most is I don't get that 2 hours of, hitting the plates and whatever else. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Also, like, really nothing. I think about stuff that I need to do, whatnot, but I'm not having to answer an email or whatever. There's no responsibilities at the moment. So, hola.
So, how are you? I hope I said your name right. I totally skipped over them earlier when I was giving shout outs, Mike. I had to make sure I circled back and said hi or hello. Hello.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I miss the most. The rest of the stuff, some of the things I really enjoyed, right? And it's funny is since the kids have been at home, is I make breakfast almost every morning. So in some mornings it's Pop-Tarts or cereal, but consistently I'm cooking eggs and omelets and oatmeal and all that kind of stuff. And it's been nice. I mean, I'm an early riser anyway, that, but something it's just kind of happened is I've done breakfast and it's I haven't counted the days or whatnot, but almost every morning it's hey Dad, what's for breakfast? And that's kind of fun.
Right. So, yeah, no, I love it. I like it when Dawn and I get to have breakfast together in the mornings. And which we've done a lot more since, COVID. I think she got sick of me at breakfast time, honestly. It was new for her too. It's like we do it on the weekend, like Pancake Saturdays is a thing at the Ray Ray house. Probably 45 to 48 Saturdays out of the year, we have pancakes for breakfast. I put sprinkles and food coloring in it for Dawn. Like, I don't care about sprinkles or color, but it makes her happy, so I do it. Of course, there's bacon and eggs and whatever else to go along with that. But no, I'm with you, man. So it was a lot of fun just because you get to bond on a different level when you get to do stuff like that, when you get taken out of the normal grind.
Right.
So, but then after a while, making breakfast every day becomes a grind too. So it's like, where's the balance in this? So it's like, Pop-Tart day, because we have those too.
Yeah. I don't like Pop-Tarts at all. For me, I just no.
Yeah, I used to love them, and now it's just like, this is not really what I want.
Like the other day, I eat peanut butter on toast. Not a lot.
Yeah,
I like it. So I'll eat that for breakfast. And the youngest
there you go.
eating that one day, and she's like, "What are you eating?" I'm like, "It's peanut butter on toast." And so
right.
I think it was this morning. She's like, "Can I have peanut butter on toast for breakfast?" I'm like, Yes, you can.
Yes, that's awesome.
But I don't know, man. Like it's and I really hope so. Like with all this downtime that everybody has, and I don't mean to make light of it in any way. What I mean is, with all this downtime, is I really hope there's some creative things that come out of it. You know, like and even with my own kids, I've seen it. But I really hope that there's a lot of good things that come out of um, us taking time to set time aside and all that. So anyway, it's I look forward to those things, and I look forward to all the barbers and the hairstylists that get a chuckle when we go back to get our haircuts, and whether it's because we haven't got a cut in 4 months, or because we had a homemade cut and they're having to fix it or whatnot. So
Right?
I hope there really are some of those things that come out that I wrote this song during COVID-19, or I wrote this book. I learned to do this, or I took up knitting. All those things. So
No, absolutely. So this stash I'm rocking now, Mike, is a direct. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a direct result of COVID, and because the new rule now, and I did a live stream right after I got my haircut. I was so excited, dude. You have to wear a mask when you get your haircut. Your stylist has to wear a mask, and she couldn't trim my goatee because of that. And I'm like, man, this is woolly. Your hair grows down all over your lips. I was biting my hair when I was trying to eat a cheeseburger, and I hate that. So I bought a beard trimmer and screwed up immediately. But now I have this epic mustache that's kind of starting to, pun unintended, grow on me. And it's like, I may keep this for a while. I still hate my chin, but I like the mustache. So it's like, well,
I think you're rocking it, dude.
Yeah. Well, thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
I want to say thank you to Sky Dreamer. I wrote that down. I'm going to check out that podcast.
Oh, the podcast. There you go.
Yeah. So I wrote it down. I'll check it out. I don't have. It says it plays on Podbeam. I'm going to try to find it on something else. I don't have Podbeam, but we'll see what I can find.
There you go.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Mary Katz was like, she was saying I was on a good routine exercising before this. I stopped once this all started, got unmotivated. It's like, dude, I totally get that. I do. I totally get that. And hey, Winnie boys. Woo! Hey, buddy. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. I haven't talked to you in a while. And I saw another comment here. Oh, Mary also says, I hate moving. Can't imagine moving from my house now. Too much pottery equipment. We know our friend Mary Max is big into pottery. And I can only imagine moving the kiln and the big potter's wheel and whatever else comes with that. It's got to be a challenge. And my friend Keith recently moved. Still in New York, but he's just gone through it, so he knows the struggle.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Alex, hey buddy, what's going on, man? Rock you like a hurricane. So here I am, do rock you like a hurricane.
Ray, who sings that?
Oh man,
you're not going to get it.
You're right. I'm not, because I don't remember.
It's a band called the Scorpions.
Scorpions. Okay.
Yeah.
I should know that song was recently, or a few years ago, I think, on a Geico commercial. Well, or maybe some insurance commercial, man. But I think that song was on one of those. They had the band.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's Scorpions. My mom had it on vinyl and would listen to it. So.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Scorpions. Yep. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
And look at Laura. I think she's saying it looked like Tom Selleck. So
hey.
I think maybe I should put on a Flaherty shirt and have my friend fly a helicopter around Hawaii with me so I could chase bad guys.
Tom Selleck was Courtney Cox's longtime boyfriend on Friends for a while, right?
I think so, yeah.
And she's not too shabby, so you're in good company.
I am. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, dude. So I think the mustache is on its way back in, bro. Like everything comes back around. And the 80s in their own way are kind of cool again. So I was like, maybe I'll just. Yeah, man.
Do it. I did. Like I said, I think you rock it. Rock it. So anyway. Somebody was talking about motivation. So Ray, what motivates you? Like, seriously, what motivates you?
Oh gosh. Dude, that's not a good question. Oh man, this is going to go way deeper than you expected, Mike. And this is something that I work on as a human, and even conversation. I've been very open and candid about my struggles with depression and mental health and whatnot. I'm learning to find motivation differently.
Okay.
Um, and because what motivated me was very just not good. I got motivated for all the wrong reasons. Um, so for a long time, my life was it's how bad is it going to hurt today existing, right? Like up here. And what can I do in my life to make sure people don't feel the pain that I feel? And my own personal struggles drove me to do more. For a long time, that was and I'd get ideas to help people. Like, what can I do to help? What can I do to make the world better? And that's certainly a positive. We want to make the world a better place.
Sure.
But the fuel that lit that was completely detrimental. And it's something I've learned in the last couple of months. It's like it's good to be motivated. That's not the way to be motivated. So, and for me, that was it. And of course, the more when you're busy, you don't think about your pain. It's like I always have to be doing something. It's like, yes, I want to get things done. I love the feeling I get when I look back at a project and I can see that it's accomplished, which is a positive, right? We want that positive reinforcement. We want to do things for the right reasons. So there was that, but it was far outweighed by the other. It's yeah, that was absolutely my fuel, dude. I didn't want people to hurt and feel like I did. And then when you stay busy, there's no time to think about how much things suck or they hurt. So of course, if I stay busy, I don't have time to think about it.
Sure.
And other things. So and even I've told you lately, I've been open. I've burnt straight the hell out, dude. I had too much going on for a while and I just tanked out. So I had to kind of slow down for a few weeks. I'm getting over that. I'm starting to get things done again, but I'm motivated. What I'm doing it because I actually enjoy it
Yeah.
versus, the other. And so I'm learning to grab a hold of the positive things and enjoy it for the sake of enjoying it, versus I just don't want life to suck today.
Yeah.
So not to make this a super deep, holy cow, WTF thing. That's just being real, man.
No, it's somebody said, they were unmotivated to go. And it really got me thinking about, what motivates me is, um, you know, and kind of like you, it's not super recent, but for a long time, I mean, it was just, I was motivated by achievement. Right.
Right.
So, and even to the point where getting my PhD, really, I had no intent to do anything with it. I just knew that was kind of the pinnacle achievement, right? Like after you get that, there's not a lot more you can achieve education wise,
Right.
right? Unless I wanted to go like get my JD and be a lawyer or go to medical school, which I didn't want to do. Leave that to the Caleb's of the world.
Oh, sure.
But it even halfway through my PhD, I was just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not. But the only reason, not the only reason, but one of them, it's achievement, right? And then a lot of things changed for me in the last few years. And I got in nothing against getting married. I got married in 2011, right? And even that it was nice, but
Sure.
even that wasn't a life changing moment for my motivation. Um, but in the last in the last 5 years total, right? I've adopted a couple of kids here in Kentucky. Super big blessing in my life. A little over a year ago, I lost my mom. And then some other small things have happened. So there's a lot of changes that have happened in my life that have made me think about what I want to do with my life, what I should do, and all that. So, as far as motivation goes, I think now my motivation really is to provide a good life for my kids, and be around for my kids, right? And so
Oh, sure.
that's after my mom passed away, I thought, man, and I know I'm not like a health nut, don't get me wrong, but I really thought, I need to do a little bit more if I can to be healthy. And so that's when I started really going to to the gym every day at 7 o'clock. And I just did. And, talk about, that's why I miss it is, it was my method of coping with some of that, change in my life and all that. So, anyway, I think that's, talk about motivation. It's a motivation of what can I do to ensure that my kids have a good life, that I'm doing my best to be, a renewed effort to be the best dad, husband I can be, and best friend to some folks, right?
Absolutely.
Thinking about all that is like, what do I have the power to change and do that? So, and it's opened my eyes a lot, and we've talked about it personally a little bit about the changes you make with the relationships you have, whether it's
Sure,
with your partner, your kids, your friends, your family, and all that. So, and that's kind of what drove my decision to move away from Kentucky. Nothing against Kentucky, but there's certain aspects that certain chapters that needed to be closed so that new chapters could be started.
right?
And, I'm excited. Like again, because I'm not a super emotional, passionate dude overall. When I say I'm excited, that's as good as it gets. I'm excited to start a new chapter and all that, but it's all because of that motivation. My motivation has shifted away from achievements and money. That's part of it, right? Like we still got to make money to have things, but
yeah,
before it was just about like how much money can I make by the time I'm 35, by the time I'm 40, by the time I'm 45, and now it's like what kind of quality of life can I have by next year? What about the quality of life in 5 years and 10 years? I want to spend more time with my family and my friends. That's what I want.
right.
So making that, serious, specific decisions and make that happen. So
Absolutely, man. You have to.
yeah. So
Absolutely, man.
I think and I just took a little short course, which you and I have talked about on leadership and personal excellence, and it really, it's nothing that you've never. It's nothing in there with stuff you've never heard. You've heard all this before, but packaging it in a different way to make you think about it a little bit more. Think about, okay, I can really ingrain this a little bit more to our lives, and I think motivation is a big thing, and it's a hard thing. A lot of people struggle with it. And
For sure.
You got to find the stuff that motivates you, because that's where happiness lies too. That's the other part, right? Is we all want to be happy. Nobody wants to be unhappy. So we all want to be happy, and you got to find that. You got to find something that you're like, hey, if I do this, I'm going to be happy. Like
Yeah.
Not just the the minuscule happy, not just the passing happy. I'm just talking about in general.
Like when we break off from, I think I don't necessarily understand it. There's things emotionally I'm learning, but when we leave happy and enter into a state of joy, I think that's really where we want to get, right? Because happy is surface level, and I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like I just had hot wings and macaroni and cheese. That makes me happy.
That makes me joy.
But where's like that joy, like that deeply rooted, like, yeah, you know what I mean? And not just for the moment, but and maybe I'm talking about it in the wrong way, but no, I'm with you, man. We got to take happy, to the next level, not just, scratching the surface or that quick feel good.
Sure. No, that's what I was kind of going for is, like when you're young, you go out and you go to parties or you go to the clubs, the bars and whatnot. And you're, like you said, you're like, how much is this going to hurt tomorrow?
Yeah.
But it's worth that happiness that night to be hanging out with your buddies and having beers and all that, right? And the next day you're like, well, I got a hangover, but it was worth it.
Sure.
So, even now that's what we do later in life, but for different things, right? Like, man, moving stinks. Moving absolutely stinks. However, it'll be worth it.
Yeah. You put the effort in, everything else, you look back, it's like, dude, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And it was so worth it. That's when you get to a new place, bigger place, it's or maybe it's not bigger. Maybe sometimes downsizing or right sizing is the right thing. There's some happiness in enjoying that. So
I'll tell you something else I struggle with is trust. So trusting people and
trust issues.
Buddy.
And so before we dive off into that, Mike, I've got to go back to
we're not going to dive off into that. Yeah, we're not.
Okay. Oh, that's good. And so I don't want to say waiting for the right time, but something I saw in the comments we definitely need to address, and not in a bad way. So I was like, I like this one too. It's from Teresa. It's always in the will and take Jesus at his word. And I'm not here to preach to anybody. I'm not trying to go off on that. I definitely have a belief system, and I don't go off on that too much here on especially on YouTube. So I definitely, there's some things I believe in, absolutely things that I don't believe in. But I encourage everybody to whatever you do believe in, talk to your spiritual leader, whatever, and get some guidance and find happiness in that. I tell you, I believe in God. I love Jesus. I'm a horrible example of my faith, but that's my faith. I don't preach to anybody. So again, I encourage you, if that's what you do, man, do that. Jump on board and be passionate about it. And don't be afraid of what other people think. We're always going to have some level of disagreement. Obviously, there's thousands of religions. So grab a hold of yours and hang on. I'm going to grab a hold of mine and hang on. So it's not here to be preachy. I know a lot of people disagree with me on my stance on that, but what they say, honey attracts more than vinegar, something like that. Anyway, I'm just trying to be nice and respectful, right? It's like, especially in America, dude, we have freedom for a reason. And a lot of times that means we disagree on things, and that's fine. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So, and Weenie Boys, don't forget to like this stream. Yes, smash that like button. If you're not a subscriber, smash the red subscribe button. And I think Weenie Boys is always great. Like almost every stream he joins, he reminds the people, because I tend to forget to. I get lost in the conversation. And our friend Laura here. Oh, where'd it go? So the lockdown doesn't help my mental illness. And no, it doesn't. I think it makes things a lot harder. I know it's been hard for me. I know I got online every day and looked happy-go-lucky. There were a lot of days I was straight faking it. Now that it's over, I'm not going to lie to anybody. I got on to motivate people to help other people out. But, man, there were some days it was tough just to turn on the camera and the microphone. But it's like I committed to it, so I had to. It's like I'm here to help people out. They don't need to see me struggle necessarily, because I don't want them to struggle. You got to be real. I tell people, I'm having a sucky day. This is hard. But I kept up that, not necessarily a persona, but I want to help people out. And Laura, I'm sorry to hear this also, man. Really hard, with their dad passing. So absolutely my condolences. I've not experienced that yet. My dad's still around, so I'm not going to try to speak to something I can't relate to. But honey, thoughts and prayers to you and your family right now. And I've seen several comments, people being consoling, and I appreciate that. And even Weenie Boys, that's my depression, anxiety is getting the best to him lately. And it's something we can all relate to. Even those that might not, struggle with anxiety or depression, it's still hard. It's hard on them too, and it's going to come out in different ways. So COVID was good for me, Mike. We talked about. I learned several things about myself through this. Working with a counselor and whatnot. Not that I was that bad off. I just had some things I need to learn how to deal with, and systematically, things get better. It takes time. But I'm glad I started seeing a counselor before COVID, because had I not, I think it would have turned out potentially worse for me mentally. But no, when you get that time and you're forced to stay kind of little bubble, you have a lot more time to self-reflect. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I tell people there's no growth without discomfort. So sometimes you have to be put in a spot where it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel comfortable, but you have to self-evaluate and learn what you can do better, get rid of things that are detrimental, and try to pick up other positives, and drive on and move forward with those. And sometimes it hurts, it sucks. Anytime you cut a limb off, it's painful. But hell, look at a rose bush. We cut a rose bush back every year, and it comes back bigger and more beautiful than the year before. And if we don't cut it back, it grows out to be too big, and it's not a healthy plant. And I know that's kind of a weird analogy, but we have to do the same thing with ourselves. It's like, here, I have this beautiful bush rose growing out of me. Why would I cut it off? And it's like, well, one, you're a fat ass. Need to trim back, son. No, horrible. I shouldn't have said that.
So Ray, what I'm hearing is that you're basically advising people to trim their bush.
Rose bush.
I'm just calling it like I see it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to fall down that hole, my dude. So, but yeah, and again, so it's all very serious stuff tonight, things that need to be addressed, and I appreciate it, Alex. You're doing a great job. That's why we're here. I thank you so much for saying that, man. I appreciate the kind words. Laura said even the stream has helped out a lot, so thank you, Laura. I'm glad it's helped. Honestly, I am. That means a lot to me. So But yeah, that's what it's all about. It's like I went into this expecting just to try to help out a few people, and it helped me. So big positive. And I look forward to the continued growth and the continued discomfort. And it just means I'm growing. It's a positive. So rose bush or no rose bush?
I was dealing with my students through this whole process, and having to tell some students, my job, in high school, you've got students you're preparing for college in the real world, and then when we talk about this a lot in higher education, as a professor, you're instructing these young people who aren't really mature enough to be adults. Let's just be honest.
Right. Sure.
Most of them, right? At 18 to 22, they're still figuring stuff out, which is fine. But as a role, you serve so many different roles, and they'll come to you and be like, I'm pregnant and my boyfriend left me, or I lost my mom, or I don't have a vehicle, I don't have food. I mean, all these problems that I've heard over and over again, and not trying to downplay that. This is common problems among this age group, right?
Sure.
And part of it, you're trying to be nurturing and be like, listen, I'm sorry this has happened. Here's connections to services to help you out with this. But you still have your paper due on Friday, or you're not on Friday, but you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Part of it's like saying, listen, you've got some issues and I understand that. Here's some connecting with them because you care, and we do care, but also learning that lesson that life does go on. And while you don't have a car now, right, and it's a situation you're going to have to deal with, you still have to make sure all your other responsibilities are taken care of. And that's tough. And that's tough for everybody.
Sure.
And so, especially during this time when we were going through this COVID-19, and a lot of things are transitioning for, from traditional to online coursework and, so forth and so on, is trying to still be in that special little place and that special little role of, nurturing them and helping them learn and grow and mature, but also trying to get them, like the mama bird kicking the baby bird out of the nest. Like you got to go learn to fly. And the only way you're going to learn to fly is to struggle flying.
No, absolutely, man. Hey, because at the end of the day, it's like I'm a college dropout, Mike. You know that. So I don't have that set experience, but when it comes to real life, college is not necessarily real life. You fail a paper, it's like, well, you fail a paper, you might have to take a class again. I can't go to my landlord and be like, I'm sorry this happened to me. That rent's still due.
Yeah.
The light company, they don't care. You pay the light bill, or you ain't got no microwave going to work.
Yeah.
Or any number of things that we use electricity for. I mean, the Xbox One, obviously the most important, and internets. You know what I mean? But no, I'm glad that y'all are like that, because you got to teach them those lessons early on. So when they get into the real world where there's no safety net, it's like, well,
I tell you, man, sometimes it's hard to have those honest conversations with these 21 and 22-year-olds that you talk to, and you're like, listen, I don't know how you've got this far doing this thing, but you can't do it. It can't move forward. You can't. No, stop. And they're like, well, I didn't know any different. Well, I don't care. This is the first and last warning you're ever going to get. Saying certain things, doing certain things, not doing things they're supposed to. And just like you said, you're like, listen, you have to do this on time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I could go on and on and on and on and on.
Oh, sure. So, I mean, I learned about some of that stuff the hard way earlier. You remember my first home away from my parents? I got sued for damages and evicted.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
I mean, and that's it, right? Like we all learn to fly at some point, whether it's you get kicked out during college or after college, before, whatever it is, after high school, we all get kicked out at some point, and that's when we learn to fly.
Oh, absolutely, man. So I was already out on my own. I never had to move back in with my parents or anything. I figured it out. But it sucked. My wages were garnished. I had no extra money for anything, including food for a while. Yeah, I remember days, Mike, going to a gas station in Pryor, Oklahoma, and I was like, can I sweep the floors or do extra work to get the food you're going to throw away from like the little fry case? I say fry, like the Hot Pockets and pizza sticks and fried oak or whatever. Dude, I'll work for just food. I didn't want to just ask for free stuff. I wasn't about that. I'll work. But it was at that time you do whatever. It's like I want to eat. I'll do whatever, man. So I learned my lesson from that in the hard way, but I still made it.
Yep.
You know, and you just learn and grow better. And it's embarrassing. Your buddy's like, "What are you doing? You don't work here. Why you sleep on the floor?" It's like, I wanted a hot pocket.
Hot pockets.
So I can look back on those days now, and I laugh at it. At the time, that was a real thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I was a complete dumbass in my early 20s. I have no problem saying that. But if you can't, look at yourself and reflect and grow and get better, what are we even alive for?
Yeah. No, I agree. And not, same. Made some dumb choices in life, and then learned and lived, and hopefully I'm no longer the baby bird trying to fly.
I know, right? So, and again, I'm not trying to, take away from your stories, just, personal experience. Like I don't have it at that level, but, and I like whenever we get together, even our podcast, you have a level of expertise. I'm just a guy here that does stuff. So again, we've got the educated man educating the educated, and dude that got kicked out, it was sweeping floors for pizza sticks and hot pockets.
So, I've told my students this too, because I want them to know is my first job when I went to college was a custodian. And I picked up shit off the floor, like literally poop off the floor. I cleaned bathrooms, all that kind of stuff. I worked the night shift. So I'd go to school during the day, and I think it was like 7, 8 o'clock at night. I go clock in, and what my job was basically, me and this other dude, we go from building to building, cleaning up whatever didn't get cleaned up from the day crews. And it was a great lesson in life. The job stunk, like not just, just
literally,
literally, but figuratively too. It was not fun, but it made me, when I applied for another job internally at Oklahoma State where I was at, and I got transferred, I was so happy and thankful. And then but it was a great, I think it was like 9 months of my life that changed my life. It really did.
Sure.
And I think that's part of it too, right? You know what it could be like, and you're thankful that it's a little bit better than that.
So, no, absolutely, man.
So
I'm with you 100% there.
And that's also how I found out about the auctions at Oklahoma State.
So, hey, Alex, I see you tuned in, buddy. So thanks for being here, man. I always appreciate when you tune in. And I got to give Alex a big shout out too, by the way, man. I've got I started a video the other day, and I need to finish this one. But Alex sent Karma, Zombie, Cortana, and Sugar Pie a box of goodies.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, always very thankful when subscribers send stuff to the pets and whatnot. So definitely that video is in progress. One of 3 videos I'm working on for this channel right now. Got a handful of obligations. Now I just got to focus and get them done and edited.
Right.
So lots going on. I like to be busy, and now I'm working to be busy for the right reasons. But I always get super excited, dude. It's because I'm a lot of things. I'm not a rock star on YouTube. I just think I'm a normal guy. So when anybody sends stuff, it's like, it's super special. You know what I mean? So that means the world to me. So shout out Alex. I know, right? So, for the podcast, we've had folks send us some beers.
Yeah.
And or we go to breweries and we tell them what we do. It's like, I always expect to pay, but if they give me a flight, it's like, are you serious? It's like, whoa. Yeah, I've seen you get excited over hot wings and beer, Mike. So don't play like you're always just completely level.
No, I'm just saying, yes.
I'm giving you grief, buddy. I'm giving you a hard time.
I just, and part of me is envious, in all honesty, these people that they get so excited and so happy over something, right? And I've never been there. I've never, and it's like I said, I've talked to people about this, and it's just not me. But I've never been to that euphoric moment that you're just so happy about something, right? And
right.
But even when times were really, really bad, I wasn't lost with all hope either, so I wasn't there. So I don't know. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So But anyway, I know it's kind of getting late. It's midnight here. I should probably hop off because I know
All right, man.
I have breakfast duty in the morning.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get a free pass tomorrow. So Dawn is with her grandparents tonight.
Yeah. Your
And
parents?
wifey, yeah, she's with my parents, and wifey's actually still at work. So I know she's sleeping in tomorrow, which is fine. It's like, honey, get some rest. I get it. So that means I don't have to cook pancakes tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm okay because I've got a late night. Because once we get done with the stream, I told you that one of those videos I've got to edit and get up for tomorrow. I'm due 2 weeks. I'm trying to go every other Saturday with an edited video.
Sure.
So, yeah, man. But anyway, dude, Mike, thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate it, man. So tell the wifey and kids I said hi.
I'll do it.
Have a good night, sleep good, and all that stuff. And you got folks saying bye to you here in the comments.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
So have a good night, my dude. We'll talk soon.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Isn't Mike a great guy? Like, how can you not like Mike? So that's why we've been friends for, in our third decade now, 20 plus years. So super, super good guy. Again, he's a college professor. He's very well educated. He's got a lot of solid, fact-based opinions and whatnot. So I always enjoy, getting feedback from him. I've learned a lot from him in my life. So great person to have, man. I love him like a brother. Have for years and years. So, but now we are running up on the 1 hour mark. So we had a fantastic conversation tonight, guys. I appreciate it. And I might stay on for a few more minutes. I'm still feeling froggy. It's Friday night. We got the night owls out and about. We're hanging out, having a good time. So, and I appreciate all the comments too, everybody. I love the comments. I love when y'all talk to each other. And I know I drone on and on about that, but it means the world to me. So that I tell you, the Ray family is just fantastic. So many great people and from all over the world, and that means a lot to me also. I'm just a regular dude in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and to see people popping in from anywhere and wherever, I just think that's the coolest thing. And y'all give me that, so thank you. I hope you never get sick of hearing me say thank you, because it means a lot to me. So how are you guys doing? And again, I'm seeing a lot of stuff on here. So what's going on? Sky Dreamer says, Ray, how's the weather there? For Oklahoma, where I'm at, it's been really, really slow. We had some severe weather down to our south this evening. The southeast corner of Oklahoma around McAllister, Muskogee, and a little bit south of there, they had a good line of severe weather roll through. I don't know if they had any tornadoes or not. Again, 2.5 hours away from me, so nothing for me to look at or worry about. And the Tulsa Metro got hit with some pretty substantial hail the other day. It's not too bad, not uncommon here, but we haven't had a whole lot of tornadoes. Absolutely nothing like what we had last year. The flooding that we had last year, we were on par to have that much rain or even more this year. And we've had some light localized flooding, but nothing like what we had last year. Huge catastrophe in Oklahoma and the surrounding states. And I saw a comment earlier about Michigan. Now that's horrible. That I saw in the news a dam broke, and the towns downstream were getting it bad. And of course that's no good. So yeah, luckily here the weather's been good. Today it would get hot and humid. It was like 93 degrees today, which is a little uncommon for May, but it is what it is. Let's see. Your key says, "What pop is that behind you, and what size is it?" Man, what? Keith, help me out. What are you talking about, buddy? He said, "What pop is that?" Oh, are you talking about this guy? That right there. So I'm not sure what pop. I'm assuming that's what it is. It's a Master Chief from Halo. If that's what you're asking me, Keith. I need a little bit more help. I want to make sure I answer your question right there. So Lynn says, "Hi, Lynn. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in." So I'll give you a hey. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. So Laura says it's getting warm here. A county over by me had major flooding, so that's definitely no good. So Raven plays. We had a bit of a storm yesterday. Nothing much though. So that's good. I'm glad it wasn't too bad for you guys. So as far as the size, I have no idea. That's the only one I have like that. Let's get it down real quick. Take a look. So that's what I've got. So wifey got this for me for Christmas. She knows I love, Master Chief from the Halo video game series. And years gone by, Halo was a huge, huge part of my life. So I've got several Master Chiefs. So I'm not a big collector. I think I've got 4 of these, maybe 4 Master Chiefs in total. And it's got a little Cortana in there. You can kind of see her right there. Cortana's a character in the game as well. So, but yeah, man. So really, really into that stuff. I had a ton of other Halo stuff, and even right back here, right there, that is a Halo 3 poster. So Mountain Dew released a new flavor of Mountain Dew. That was called Livewire, and that's a Halo poster from when that was released. So again, I'm not huge into fandoms, but Halo again, I spent hours and hours on Halo 2 and 3 years ago. So yeah, so hey Johnson family, how you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all being here. So hey Johnson family. So friends of mine from Oklahoma, they also have a YouTube channel. Be sure to check them out sometime. Watch some of their videos, give them the likes and the thumbs up, and subscribe if you're into the content. So super, super good people. I've had a chance to meet them once when they came into Tulsa. So just awesome folks. So I like to give them a shout out whenever they come in and say hi. So very blessed, very fortunate to have good people in my life. So I always wanted to be thankful and stay thankful and be vocal about that. So, and I'm with you, Keith. I miss Halo 3 also, man. I do. So I made a lot of personal friends through Halo 3. I was in a clan for a while, and I know that sounds bad. Some folks that aren't in the gaming world, a clan is just kind of like a online gaming community. I was in a clan called DOG for a number of years, and you hang out with guys and girls online, and you become friends, right? So in traveling with work, I got to meet some of these folks, and so I've made some lifelong friends, met in person, hung out through Halo 3. So it's pretty cool how the internet works out. I absolutely love that. My wife, when we first got married, I was still playing Halo 3 quite a bit, and she'd put on a headset and join into a party with us and conversate. She made friends too, and she used to send cookies out to my gamer buddies all over the country. So I thought that was pretty cool. Raven says, I'm about to go to sleep, but someone just started lighting fireworks out of nowhere. So Raven, now that I know you tune into my late night streams to help you go to sleep. So I'm glad I could do that for you. And I'm completely kidding. I get it. It's late at night. I have no idea what time zone you're in, so it's probably bedtime anyway. So Johnson family says they're doing good. Good to see you. How have you been? I've been well, thank you. So no complaints for me. Always, super busy. Even when it's slow for me, it's busy, and I like that. I like to stay doing things. So I'm super fidgety, and I've got to have something going on, for other reasons we talked about tonight. So, but yeah, I'm spinning a vape battery right now. So, oh my gosh, in years gone by, at one of my last jobs, I kept a stack of poker chips at my desk. And I would shuffle the chips like you see guys in the poker tournaments do. And so I was also a tournament player in a former life, never pro by any means, but I played a lot of card tournaments, and I'd shuffle chips, I'd roll them across my fingers, and do a handful of chip tricks. But no, that always helps. Again, I'm super fidgety, and you sit at a card table for hours at a time. You got to do something. Anyway, sorry, random tangent there. But yeah, good times, right? So let's see. Alex says, I've been into WoW and Minecraft clan. So yeah, you know about it, World of Warcraft and whatnot. So yeah, so the gaming clans are a lot of fun. So it's lots of camaraderie there, and it's crazy some of the connections you can make, with stuff like that. So, Raven says 10 p.m. my meds really make me tired sometimes. Oh, I totally get that. I get that. Let's see here. Use slime. My counselor told me about that. So yeah, I've played with slime and stuff before. I like it. Feels good. I like the ooey gooey, especially like the kids' toy slime, whatever. That's a lot of fun to play with. That helps. Even like sometimes the little stress balls that have like the powder filling in it, whatever, how they move around and just kind of feel weird. I kind of like that. And let's see here. Johnson's family says, when did you start tonight? We started at 10 p.m. tonight. So I've been on for a little while here. So I'll probably got to wrap it up soon, to be honest, y'all. So it's a little extra. Like I've got a video. I hope I can get it done tonight. It's a super easy one. It'll be a super easy edit. I think that the content is super relevant, and I hope it, hit some people in the feels. This was definitely not a pet video, just very impromptu thing. And so hopefully it connects, the right way with a lot of folks. So, but anyway, videos like that, there's not a whole lot of editing. There's no special effects, nothing to add on to it. It's just good for me, in my opinion. Of course, I'm biased to my own stuff, but I think it should make for some good content and maybe get some folks to thinking about things. So I don't want to give anything away because that's no fun. But it is what it is there. So now I'm thinking about that. It's like, man, it's already 11. I've got to dump footage. I've got a few more shots I got to get. So I'll be lucky if I get that done by 2. If I get it all uploaded tonight, it'll be about 3. If you upload a video right on YouTube, it usually takes about an hour. So if you guys have never uploaded a YouTube video, the uploading part, that's the easy part. Just hitting upload is the easy part when you put up a video. There's so much other stuff you have to do in the background to make it work. And if I really made it work that good, I'd have 10 million subscribers, I'm sure. But I'm a lot better at it now than I was 3 years ago. And that's even something crazy to think about. I'm running up on my 3-year YouTube anniversary. And that's something that's super special to me. So having a YouTube channel has opened up so many doors and opportunities for me. It's insane. So I absolutely love it. So YouTube has become obviously a huge part of my life. And you guys are in it. Y'all have become a huge part of my life. And I find that very exciting. That keeps me going. So I want to keep doing what I can to provide the best content I have the ability to make and keep trying to stretch and grow that ability, keep y'all happy and engaged. That's a big deal. And so let's see here. Alex says, when I'm down and out, I listen to the Bee Gees, Staying Alive. Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, Bee Gees are before my time, bro, but that music is killer, man. So even on Pandora, I'm showing my age here. I still use Pandora, right? And I have a Bee Gees channel. One of my favorite go-tos, man. Every once in a while, I just need some disco in my day. So I feel you, Alex. So let's see here. Alex says, do you have a Nintendo Switch? And I own one. And, little Don, my 6-year-old daughter, is about the only one that uses it. On occasion, I'll jump online and play some Mario Kart and just straight get dominated because I don't get to play that much. But it's still fun. I like to play some Mario Kart. We have Mario Kart 8. I think it's 8. Now we have a handful of other games. And but yeah, it's a fun little system. But really, we have the Switch for road trips. We travel quite a bit. And Dawn, she always goes with us, and it helps keep the kiddos occupied on a long road trip. So taking a road trip to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks, that's exciting. And we'll definitely have the tablet and the Switch for Dawn, and give her limited use. We limit her tablet and Switch time. You don't want to melt a little kid's brain with electronics only. And she'll be going through 4 states that she hasn't been to yet. So I want her to see as much as possible and take in all that stuff. She can look at a tablet anywhere. So when you're on a road trip, it's you want to see that much of stuff as possible. So, and Laura says, hey, good night. I'm going to go for now. So I'll talk to you later, Laura. Thanks again for tuning in. I certainly appreciate you being here. So Alex, he's into playing Animal Crossing with his daughter. That's super cool. I've never played that game. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. So from what I understand, it's a pretty cool little game you can connect with folks online and play and have fun and stuff. And so that's pretty cool. So Johnson families, I've had this channel for a long time, but only started vlogging a couple years ago. So, man, I never in my life thought I would be a vlogger. I didn't even know what a vlog was until after I'd already started my YouTube channel. Stumbled on Casey Neistat and saw a vlog. And I'm like, that looks like fun. I think I'm going to try it. So I did. After I watched the first video I ever saw him, I took my cell phone and my drone out, and I'm like, I want to do that. And it was a terrible video. I look back and it's like, that it's horrible. Completely horrible, but I had a blast doing it. I'm like, this is so much fun. And I never stopped. So every once in a while, man, you stumble on something you fall in love with, and you just keep doing it. And before you know it, you wind up with a stuffed chicken saying, "Hey, hey" to everybody. So, which I think is good. You got to be yourself. You got to have a good time and enjoy it. And I think folks, you all know you watch this. It means something, right? I watch YouTube because I want something real. I'll watch TV if I want fake, right? I don't want actors. I want the real deal. So, but anyway, guys, I've been rambling on and on for well over an hour now. I got some work to do tonight, so I'm going to wrap it up. So everybody that's tuned in, thank you so much, y'all, for being here. I genuinely do appreciate y'all, and I'm not going to do the whole thumbs up, subscribe thing. Y'all have heard that a lot from me. So thank you again, everybody. Have a great night. Please stay safe. We got a long weekend. I hope you get to enjoy Memorial Day, and remember everyone that day is celebrated for. So thank you so much. Y'all have a great night, and I will see you guys soon. Good night, everybody.